I think it's important for younger generation to step up and work at the polls.
And that's exactly what this woman did by signing up to be an election judge. She did it because she noticed what she described as a disturbing trend during the primary election when the pandemic started. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. During the primary, there was a shortage of election judges in several counties across central Illinois. Many clerks said it was because people simply backed out at the last minute because of health concerns. WCIA3's Jennifer Jensen joins us from the newsroom tonight. So Jennifer, do counties this time around have enough election judges?
Paul, I called the clerks in 10 central Illinois counties. Out of those, 7 responded saying they had enough to cover the polling places for the general election. Tonight, we hear the perspective of one woman who decided to become an election judge in a time when people are being more precautious. When Jessie Hahn cast her ballot at a polling place in Champaign County during the primary, the election judges caught her attention.
All the volunteers were people older than 60 years old, and I was just thinking how crazy it was that they were the most at risk and they were the only ones volunteering.
So the 25-year-old decided to become an election judge to fill the spot of someone who might be more health compromised.
At first, I was definitely one of those vote by mail people. I was like, I'm not going to the polls. I'm not going in person. This is too dangerous. But I think as we found out more information about the coronavirus and that wearing a mask really does help, that I think it gave me more confidence to go to the polls and serve in that way.
Counties across central Illinois experienced a problem with election judges during the primary in March because people were apprehensive to be at polling places during the pandemic.
We just had a lot of people cancel last minute, and so we didn't have as many extra election judges.
I would definitely say we've had people a little bit more weary because of COVID.
During the last primary election, Champaign County had to close 10 polling places because of a massive shortage of election judges. For the general election, Clerk Aaron Ammon says they have enough, and right now there's no risk of polling place closures. To prevent a repeat of the shortage, many counties have asked people to be on standby as backup election judges if people drop out, and are preparing to keep them safe while at the polling locations.
We have laminated ballot privacy covers, and we are providing containers that used pens can go in, so the judges will be able to disinfect and sanitize. More than one person is not using the same thing twice.
If you want to become an election judge, I've compiled a list of how to contact each county clerk in central Illinois. For that, you can go to WCIA.com. In the newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Jennifer, there's a lot of good information. Thank you for that update.